What's going on, everybody? Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell B, back again doing a match reaction of Lincoln City versus Bolton Wanderers, where you've just witnessed Lincoln City losing 1-0 to Bolton Wanderers in the 89th minute. Um, Thanks to their winning goal through a set piece that was delivered into the box, and they scored in the 89th minute for them to win the game 1-0. Despite that, there was a better, improved performance from us, Lincoln City. Before I get into the video, I want to say thank you very much to the 458 subscribers who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Keep on leaving your opinions, your comments down below. Keep on smashing a like. Keep on leaving all comments and your reactions and your views about today's game. What do you think went right? Where do you think it could have got better? And where do you think it can improve for the next game on Friday against Northampton? And also, thank you very much as well to everybody that has been listening to my SoundCloud drum and bass mashup mix of drum and bass. Thank you very much for listening. Keep on listening to it and keep on playing it as much as you guys like over the Boxing Day, normal day, festive days. So thank you very much for that. And without all due respects, let's get into the video. So today, us Lincoln City, we saw some changes being made. We saw there was no Jackson, there was no Barabbas in the team because Barabbas felt an injury, came down with an injury. He felt something go, so obviously he wasn't clear to play today. Jackson didn't play today because he was not very well. So fingers crossed that he's back for Friday's game against Northampton Town. Um, Cornell, obviously, we saw Makama play up front. We saw Bishop keep his place on the left. Mandroyu play on the right. The two Ethans in midfield. And then we saw Sean Rowan play as well on the left as well, because he also plays as a left wing back as well, despite playing right centre back. But obviously, because it's so difficult between Neoma and Mitchell playing there alongside Jackson and Barabbas, it's very very hard to pull out of those two players. But obviously, the action today, obviously, we saw a slump to 1-0 defeat, man. One thing I will say is that our performance today was really improved. It was much better, and that's what we expected. Positive energy from start to finish, aggressive, physical, attacking football, keeping Bolton Wanderers players at bay, keeping our shape, keeping our frame of how Skobala lined us up, and not only just that, I thought we had a fantastic game. Yeah, of course we was done by because of the hard working, desire, fighting, spirited football that we put into the game. Today, what you saw was unbelievable. It was just fantastic. The hard working spirit of this team and the determination and the willingness to win was really really showing. But we just came undone in the last minute, and it would have been nice. And I did say even before the game started, and even before today's game, I would have gone with a win or even a draw. I think a draw would have been the biggest outcome, because obviously, look, Bolton are in second place, and they're fighting obviously to be in the automatic promotion come the um end of the season. So we all understand that us Lincoln City are fighting to be in the top six, so we can be in the playoffs, because that's our aim. That's our aim, to be in the playoffs and do something special come the end of the season. But because obviously we're in bare bones in the positions of the team, then it's very very difficult. I thought, like, the first half we were at it. I like the way we pressed them. I like the way we got at the defense. I like the way we hurt them. I like the way we were creating chances, opening up their defense. And the Bolton goalkeeper had like a real mistake in him, a real proper mistake. And yeah, we got done by in the second half. But I thought the way we took the game to them in the second half, I thought it was amazing. I thought we did it in very good high style, and I thought it was an absolute improvement that was been made. And I can see that Skobala has really really worked hard on that, and not only just that as well. It's we've seen a better improvement in Makama, because from the past few weeks, Makama has been taking criticism after criticism. But you know what Skabala, not Skabala, sorry, but you know what Makama has done? Makama has just completely like turned that into positive and said, you know what? I've taken on the criticism. I'm gonna show you guys an improved performance. And we saw a prove it in performance from Makama today. And that was the best improved performance that you see. Because I think the criticism, the harsh criticism that he's been getting is completely out the window completely. But you have to understand that fans will give their opinion and they will give their views and say, look, if you're not playing well, you're gonna get criticized. If you play well, you won't get criticized. But you have to give your all and you have to give your game. And today we saw Makama do that. We saw Makama the best side of Makama. Yeah, he's 19. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. But it doesn't really matter. The boy is playing his football and he wants to be a successful player that wants to be recognized with for seasons and years to come. And Makama will show that. Yes, I can clearly understand that he does need that sort of loan sort of move to actually get him playing regular games, and that's understandable. And I see the fury of some Imps fans of that. So but listen, I thought we played really, really well in that first half. Half time, 0-0, brilliant again. We brought the positive energy to them. We hurt them where the players could hurt them, and it really paid off. The chances we created, Rowan's chance, so unlucky man with that chance. If he had scored that, I think that would have been curtains right there. I think it could have even been 1-1 or even better 2-1. But Sorens's chance, oh my days, in the last minute in the second half. If he had scored that, I think it would have been limbs in the LNR Stadium today. But look, listen, I think the biggest talking point, despite our positive performance in the second half, is the red card to Danny Mandroya. Right now, it looks like it's going to be 4 games. He's going to miss 4 games right now, which is really a kick in the teeth. But then right now, it's opened the door for a new signing like Jack Moylan, who's obviously not playing until who's not obviously been cleared to play until January 1st. Obviously, he's been made available for January 2nd. But listen, at the end of the day, us Lincoln City right now can look forward then positive right now. And right now, what this has done now, despite being slapped up by the goal that we conceded in the 89th minute, fair play to Bolton. They were working as hard as they could, and they caused us problems. And then they started getting at us, and they started opening our defense. They started cutting through our defense like we've never been cut up before. And then the next thing, then brilliant defending from O'Connor, brilliant from TJ putting his whole body on the line, and Mitchell doing what he does best. Especially O'Connor, I thought he played a part really, really well. And then we concede the goal, and then our fighting spirit and our determination and our willingness to win broke down like a shutter of glass. But listen, I don't think we should let that stop us from doing what we're doing. Because right now, look, we're bare bones up front. We are real bare bones, fam, and I understand the fury of loads of Imps fans wanting Draper to come back, and obviously we need a striker. And I mean, look, I'm gonna talk about Draper obviously in the transfers strategy going into January, but we don't need to look for that. We need to look for the last final game of 2023 and say, look, we go again against Northampton on Friday. But right now, Skabala is going to be scratching his head and saying, well, who plays on the right? Who steps up from the fringe players? We all know it looks like that Shadipo and Adelican's probably going to go out the door. This could open the door for Adelican to step up and really say, listen, if you want to be at Lincoln City, show me what you got. Shadipo, the same thing. Would I want to see Shadipo play in Mandroy's position? Yeah, I would love it. I'd love to see Shadipo play because I feel like Shadipo can make that sort of impact. But obviously, he's not favoured, by Skabala and probably doesn't fit how the style of play that Skabala likes playing. But look, listen, at the end of the day, we have to trust Kabbalah and his plans and what he wants to do with the team. Look, we need to trust him to go into January, which he will go into January, and he will go and get 2 wingers to replace Adelican and Shadipo, which kind of looks like the way that the club is going to go. But obviously, look, we're bare bones up front. We've only got 2 players and up front, and obviously, look, Makama's trying. Obviously, Vale is probably going to be recalled back by Blackburn. I was this when I was watching it on the iFollow and I heard Gavin Gordon, big up Gavin Gordon, saying about Jack Vale on him being here, and we're thinking, well, if I'm here on loan, why am I on the bench? Why am I still here? I should be at another club where I'm going to get playing time because it don't make sense buying somebody on loan and they're not in your style of play. It's better to bring a player who is going to fit your style of play, who's going to adapt to how you want him to play and how you want him to get the best out of, and get the best out of him out of his game. Because it don't make sense having players that obviously are not fit, are not willing to adapt to the head coach's style of play and to the formation that Skobala wants to play. It don't make perfect sense doing that because then that's wasting his talent and wasting his time. Do you know what I'm saying? But look, it clearly shows that we Lincoln City, we need two strikers in January because we're not waiting around for Tyler Walker, who's going to be back before the end of the season. House is coming back in February on Valentine's Day, man. And then Rico, fingers crossed, obviously he's on the grass, but we don't know it. You never know. He might even turn up against Northampton Town. But right now it's got Skobala thinking, well, I need to perk up this team and say, well, who steps up? Does Sadipo step up like I just said? Does Duffy play on the right alongside Bishop on the left? Does he do that? I think these are questions that Skabala will put and say, well, look, we're bare bones here, and then that's the reason why Boribas didn't play due to injury. Obviously, fingers crossed that Jackson is back in the team, which he looks likely he will be against on Friday against Northampton Town. We go again, but right now, who plays on the right? Does Smith play on the right? Does Shadipo play on the right? All these things we got to think about. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, excellent, outstanding performance of a never say die. That is that is the ability that we need to be playing again on Friday against Northampton Town. Because if we play like that, we can win the game. Because they're struggling this season where they are in the table. But us, Lincoln City, we're bare bones, boy. We're bare bones, you know, up front now because of the two strikers we have. But right now, it clearly states that Skobala, Jez George, Liam Scully, and the recruiting board have to really recruit, especially up front. Because the way I'm seeing it and the way I'm taking it, it looks like it's going to be a short-term deal striker, just like it was before when we had Michael Apperton and we brought John Marcus into the fold. Do you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be surprising if we bring a striker, a short-term deal striker, an experienced League One striker like a Clark Harris or a Lee Gregory or a Freddie Lapo. These type of players, or even Georgie Kelly from the Championship. I will not be surprised if it's out of those four. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you cut out Georgie Kelly out of the fold, even though he's been promising for Rotherham, do you know what I'm saying? And he's been making his appearances off the bench. But, he could be a possibility as well. But Lee Gregory would be also another one too. But I think something about Clark Harris, I think, will really change us, Lincoln City. So if we was to get him on a short-term deal, I'll be thrilled. But either him, Gregory, Freddie Lapo, or even a Georgie Kelly. I'm not bothered if who it is. And then obviously a loan to back him, to back up, the likes of Tyler Walker and House. Because we need two strikers. We need one on a short-term deal and one on a permanent deal. Because we're still ninth in the table. And we're still in the fight to keep the top six alive. But, second half of the season is going to be very entertaining to see where we are come the end of the season, Rude Boy. But again, like I said, we need two strikers. One on loan, one on a short term deal, two wingers, two long wingers, obviously to replace Shadipo and a Delican, or even better, probably even get one on a free, and probably one midfielder who's got that passive ability and that fits Skabala's style of play and his tactics. Do you know what I'm saying? And possibly maybe a left wing back, possibly depending on the situation. So that's an eye opener in January for that to happen. But obviously, look, we got sucker punched by Bolton, and fair play to Bolton. They deserve to go on and get the win. We deserve to get a point and really, really take a point and go into the next game on Friday against Northampton Town, thinking, okay, we got the confidence right now. But right now, it's a big, big debate and thinking, well, who plays? Who really plays on the right alongside Bishop, man? Because Mandroy is out for 4 games now. You'll miss 4 games. So he's gonna miss obviously Northampton, Blackpool on New Year's Day. Then we got to play other teams as well. We got like Wickham to play as well. Then we got there's other games that he's gonna miss. So it's devastating. I'm disappointed, but I think Mandroy could have kept his head and probably just say, look, I know it's my second red card of the season, but you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to. Yeah, we can all pick on Mandroyu and say, oh, yeah, he's not worthy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people some people that's going to slap him down and say he's not good enough to be in the starting lineup. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, how is he supposed to learn and supposed to improve? Because I know Danny Mandroyu is a very nice guy. I respect him very, very well. I like what he's been doing this season. He has improved a lot, and he has improved on his performances, and the quality he's been showing has been outstanding. But maybe that red card could have been avoided. And I think if that red card was avoided, I think obviously us Lincoln City would have taken a point or even gone on and win the game, because we should be winning 1-0, not Bolton. But fair play to Bolton. But the red card and the pressure really piled on us, and that's the reason why we lost today. But obviously, look, we can all cry and say, well, we didn't play as well as we expected. But look, it was an improved, better performance from us. And we could take that away right now and say, look, we played well, we just got done by the result. And the players will learn from it. Makama, keep on doing what you're doing, man. I big you up very, very much on your improved performance. You take that into Northampton Town on Friday, and you close 2023 with a goal. You don't give up on achieving that goal. Don't stand. Always just stand your ground and take all that criticism that you've been slapped down with and turn it into positive, because you are the next generation that will step up very, very soon. And you've got all the tools to do that, Makama. So big up Makama on an outstanding performance. But obviously, yeah, I'm disappointed. But let's go into Friday believing that we can get 3 points, because Northampton Town have been struggling as they have been. And, look, it hurts, man. It hurts losing, but it clearly states that we need a short-term deal striker like a Clark Harris or a Lee Gregory to be in this team right now. And obviously, with bare bones on the wing, of course, we need two wingers to come in, man, and a midfielder and possibly a left wing back. So, there's optimism behind obviously, Draper coming back. But listen, if I was the club right now, I wouldn't bring back Draper, because he's gonna be stuck on the bench. And then not only just that, his talent is gonna get wasted. And not just that, he has to fit into Skabala's plans. And even though I think Skabala can get the best out of Freddie Draper just to liven the odds and things like that, but it's not fair on his development, man. And I could see that some Imps fans want him back. But obviously, if two strikers come in, say we get a Clark Harris or we get a Lee Gregory and we get a Mateo Joseph on loan, he's going to be far behind with his development. So it doesn't make no perfect sense, bringing him back. But look, let's wait and see what happens in January. But obviously, I'm disappointed that we lost. Thank you so much for watching the Imps View podcast show. Big up every single Imps fan, 617 Squadron. Your support has been amazing. Keep that up. Keep the positive energy going into Friday. Never give up on this team, man. We're still going to be a successful team come the second half of the season. Believe in Skabala. Believe in Lincoln City. Love to get it up to 459. It'd be very, very appreciated to end the 2023 season. Thank you so much. Up the mighty Lincoln City. This is me, Cornell B, live and direct /DJ Cornell B. Out. Peace.